Hey, what's up, nerds? My name is Bubba, and this is Matt. What side are you on over here? Where you at, dog?
I'm over.
I don't know how to do these things. Wherever you are, there you are also. Hey, this is Matt and Bubba in the morning. I hope you guys, gals, ladies, friends, theys, hope you have your coffee. I've got mine.
I'm going to be Baby Yoda. And
no, you're not. No, you're not. You are not going to be Baby Yoda. You better not start that already. Matthew Warbeer.
What do you mean? I didn't say any words. And there's memes everywhere of old Baby Yoda drinking.
What is his name?
I'm not going to say it.
What is his name?
Say my name.
Say my name. I also will say
if you don't want to hear, if you don't.
This one's a little, he's a little indecent. Anna, she forgot to hit the button on him.
Take your headphones off now. 3, 2, 1. Grogu. Okay, bring it back on.
See, to me, that's not a spoiler. Like,
it's spoiler to some people. I don't want someone flipping my desk over. All right.
Your desk is against the wall. It's fine.
My desk. Well, you could do it. It's a very heavy desk, but I don't want anyone doing it. So take that for what it is. Whoa, we're getting all these gifted subs in there.
Hey,
thank you all so much.
How come I don't see these?
That. I'm looking in the I'm actually looking at Twitch. So
I have Twitch open.
Well, you must need to refresh it. You guys are chatting a lot, and I love you all. Whoo, weird. So glad we're back. Like, we have been talking about doing this for. Well, we did those ones for LTN Con. Was that one? The first ones were, and they went really well, and we enjoyed them. But I just feel like the holidays kind of came, and life events happened, and we made a plan to be here at the beginning of January, and
here we are,
freezing.
Deal with it.
Well, I'm not. I mean,
you're freezing. Yeah.
I turned my space heater off because it's loud.
Oh, hey, you know what?
Got the cold hand.
That's why.
Just bear with us, everyone. Bubba's kind of a professional, so
I have been more professional in previous times.
You're fine. Morning, everyone.
That one.
Glad you're all here for real. So very thankful. We are going to talk about a few things today.
All kinds of things.
All kinds of coffee and Legos. 2021 and Kickstarter to kind of like whet your appetite there. Bubba, what are you drinking there this morning?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked, Matthew.
Morning.
Good morning. I'm drinking from this brown bag.
Is that premium?
It's the brown bag special, as it were. We don't have a sponsor yet, and if you have a coffee company,
it looks homemade.
Doesn't it though?
It looks like you.
It's not bad.
Anna, like, can you please write premium coffee on this? And she's like, I'll do you one better. I'll draw a mug with swirls.
No, it's like hand drawn, is what it looks like.
Oh, it for sure is. Look
at that.
It's HEB.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's an unofficial sponsor. If you want to take the spot of HEB, you send me a message. It is. Anna, you're right. It is Mexican Altura. I do know the flavor of it. I think it's like
premium to me.
Hill Country something. Anyway.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Though good, this is not what I want to be drinking every Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern right here on Twitch. I want to be drinking your coffee, whomever you are that owns a coffee company.
Oh, somebody else out there.
I've already talked to a couple of you guys, but if you want to, let me know and we can talk sponsorships. But because I mean, we have tens of listeners right now.
No, 10 plus. 10 listeners plus a couple.
Plural. Tens.
Several singles.
Some tens. Matt, what are you drinking?
Almost a baker's dozen. I'm drinking. Again, I'm ashamed. This is Kirkland's Finest Columbia.
Hey.
When you leave the Bucks, you have to.
The Bucks stops there.
When you have to be more thoughtful about your money and that you spend on coffee. So this was £3 for like $15, and we drink it real fast.
Don't people still give you the coffee?
I'm sure they would if I wanted them to. I'm not going to do that though.
Matthew,
I haven't been back to a Starbucks okay, take it back. I went last week and just got like a coffee, and I didn't know anyone, and I wasn't going to ask anyways. So I know.
Did you just go to like a random one, or like what happened?
I haven't been back to the one that is the one I worked at since I left. So if you're watching from that store, hello, I miss you.
Oh, they have it on the big screen.
Yeah, I miss you.
You know, like where the menu normally is. It's just our show.
They ripped it down. They put a TV up, and
yeah, paved paradise and put up a TV screen.
And Kirkland is Starbucks coffee. It's just repackaged.
Oh, so you never really. You can take
It's Seattle's best, which is Starbucks, which is.
You can take the boy out of the Starbucks, but you can't take the Starbucks out of the Kirkland. So speaking of coffee, I'm not normally a morning person. Period. Like,
you know what? I've been wowed at how early you've been up. I will just say that I have been wowed. You don't say 30 more minutes. You say I'm up already.
I snoozed my alarm for an entire hour today.
Gross.
I loved it.
I can't do that.
Loved it.
One and done. And I'm up.
It's fantastic.
Can't do it.
Well, to be fair, I didn't snooze it. I just turned the alarm off and gave myself an hour to get out of bed.
You didn't have like more alarms set? Okay. Did Anna have to shake you?
No, at the end of Anna, she got out of bed after I did.
Oh, really?
Dude,
she's pregnant. That makes sense.
2 days this week. So 2 days ago, I get up and I need to make coffee because, you know, it's 2021 and, you know, human adult bodies don't function without it. So I get up to make coffee, and sometimes we do this thing where we don't drink all the coffee in the coffee pot. And I know that, Matt, you don't understand that concept, but, you know, our coffee pot also is not one of the ones that like heats from the bottom. It's this like really cool ninja coffee bar thing. It just brews into the pot, and then it's a metal carafe.
Yeah, and amen, yeah.
So it keeps it warm-ish. You would know that there was still coffee in the bottom if you left the coffee pot on and it was heating from the bottom, because then it would just burn the coffee. Maybe I need to get one of those to help me kind of understand what's going on. Long story short, we usually leave a little bit of coffee in the bottom because for whatever reason, that's where like all the nasty gritty grounds and all that stuff settles.
I have several ways to stop this. Go on though.
I cannot wait for you to tell me how to do this. Okay. So anyway, I brew a full pot and it just completely overflows. But it's just like if a tree falls in the wood and no one's around to hear it, did it make a sound kind of a deal? Because I came in here and I just started like doing work. And so, like, I come back and it's like overflowing, and I'm like, "What is this?" So I pick up the coffee. Yeah, absolutely, Dad. Pick up the coffee pot. Good. I poured a little bit into my coffee mug, and I put it right back. And I came back in here, and then, like an absolute tool, I just told Anna when she came in here in the morning, I was like, "Hey, I accidentally overflowed the coffee pot. I need an adult to take care of that." And then when you know it, she's just the best. You. She's the best. She just did it. Our entire countertop is basically, it's like the
coffee now.
Well, I think it's like Formica, right? Is that what like the vinyl kind of top of the? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, formaldehyde.
Like press wood, formaldehyde. Yeah, it's a black mold. And so, but it's warped. Like where the two pieces would come together in the corner, it's like.
Yeah, there's coffee in there. You just squeeze it out.
We have done that so much.
Are you kidding me?
I know. Like, it's several times that we have done that. I don't know what to do with my hands, man.
All right. I want to talk about, just briefly, I know we have to move on here, but let's talk about whatever filter you have for your Ninja press thing.
Yeah.
Whoa,
don't worry about it. It's fine.
I like that background. Whatever filter you have for your Ninja press, you are not grinding your coffee to the appropriate setting. And that's why you have grounds down in the bottom. Your grounds are going down through the filter. You're making your grind too fine. You need to make it a little bit coarser.
So fine.
Okay. So I don't know if you have your own grinder or if you have the store grinder.
I got a grinder.
Okay. Too fine. Don't grind it as long.
I barely grind. I'm just holding the button down.
How long?
What do you want me to do?
How long?
Some, I don't know.
I want you to think about that. Okay, just think about it.
I hold it down until it turns off.
Until it turns off. You're probably brewing.
Let me just look at these.
You're probably brewing, or you're probably grinding your coffee for like a paper filter or something that can hold it back, where you probably have like a mesh filter where it's just going right on through.
It's a metal one. I have a metal one.
Okay, there you go. So you don't want to grind it as long. And if you do that, you'll have
Well, you
more
know how I
coffee.
do. I just grind it. I'm on that grind, baby.
Well, enjoy.
Grind them if you got them. That's what I say.
Everyone, thanks for those subs. And hey, we have a hype train going here. And gifted subs. And man, you all are so awesome. Seriously.
Yeah, you guys are doing fantastic.
Jay and Ryan and you guys are. Oh, Matt, he did one too. Looks like.
Oh, Matt, that old dirty dog.
Oh man. Hey, hype train, hype him if you got him. So just think about that next time you're grinding your coffee. Okay.
Matt, I'm gonna try. I really legitimately am going to try. I don't know why it's not working.
What,
I
the
really
sounds?
don't. No. Like I don't know why it's not doing what I want it to do correctly. I'm not 100% sure why.
Just watch it on Twitch. That's what I'm doing.
No. The coffee. I'm talking about the coffee.
Oh, I thought you weren't getting notifications.
I'm talking about the coffee.
I want you to live stream this. I want to see how you're doing it. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You don't have to do it right now. Next time.
Next Thursday, I'll just take you through the process.
Oh. Okay, great.
I don't
Caffeine,
know.
turn
I'll have to figure it
your iPad
out.
sideways, other way. I think it will show up if you tap on it a different way. But there's a hype train going.
Hey,
so
level
if you
2
wanna
hype
hop in
train.
that, yep, you can get an emote if you contribute to that. You all are so great. Seriously. Great. Well, I want to know.
All right. Well, I'll pray about it.
Make a note.
Back to you. Hey, let's take this time to do a short sponsor break. And I told you we don't have any sponsors, so it's just our stuff. You can see, you can see over here on the side next to Matt, and also on Matt. I
really wish I had it on Aragorn over here. Like I'm like this.
Well, there's still time.
I can't.
You only have one though. Yeah. We have hoodies for sale. And they are absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. Like, Matt, be real with me, man. How you heard all the hype about the hoodie?
Yeah, you told me that you went from like base hoodie to,
and you have one of the old ones,
and to another level up hoodie, right?
Yeah, like, double level.
Yeah, I have one of the old ones. Like, I have one of the old ones. The old ones were super nice. Like the black ones with our normal logo on there. Like, they're great. You get this one, then you're like, wow, I don't think I've ever been in something softer. Yeah, it's thick. Like, it has a good thickness too. Like, it just feels so nice. I love it. I haven't taken it off except when I wore my holy old sweater yesterday. I had to wash this one a little bit. I get stinky when I stream. Okay, give me a break.
Well, hey, yeah, can we get some pit sweat in the chapter?
Yeah, for sure.
For me, like legitimately, it's a chore for me to not wear that hoodie. It'll be 75 degrees outside. I've got that hoodie on, and I know you're like, oh well, Bubba, of course it's the Love Thy Nerd hoodie. Yeah. I think I sold one in Walmart the other day. Like, I was just walking down. We were in the candy aisle as one does.
Yeah, I normally
and there was a lady that walked by and she said, "Oh, hey, I love your sweater." And I was like, my initial response is, "Me too. Why would I be wearing it if I didn't like it as well?"
This whole thing?
Get out. So I'm like, "Me too." And then I'm passing by her and I tell her, "You can buy it." And she's like, "I'm sorry, what?" I thought she meant like she could buy that hoodie that I was wearing. And so I had to clarify. Oh, you can go on our website, lovethinerd.com. It's one size fits all. It's the jacket from Back to the Future 2.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think I think it was closer to the sound I made.
No, it's just like sucks it right in.
You're sounding wet. I don't remember it being so wet.
It's a wet rub.
I think it actually made him unwet. Doesn't it have like a vacuum dry. This is not what we're talking about.
Leave me alone.
That'll be our next piece of merch. Self-drying, one size fits all. So anyway, like we're walking down and I tell Anna, I'm like, "Oh man, should I have business cards on me." I'm like, "Should I give that woman my business card?" Because she's not going to remember it. We specifically, like on purpose, did not put Love Thy Nerd on it because I wanted it to be something that anybody in the world might want to wear.
Yep.
And I think we hit that based on the stranger that stopped me in Walmart. And then I'm shipping out all these things. And so we had somebody from a nearby town whom I don't know order one of the hoodies. And so I think we got them.
Here. Congratulations.
So
you did it. You just earned your commission. Oh, wait.
No, that's not a word that exists in this organization. If you want one of these hoodies, please do us a favor. Go to lovethynerd.com/store or !merch or specifically ! hoodies in the chat and get you one of them. Hey, thanks so much, guys, for those. What do we got here? We got bits.
Bits and bits. We're on a level 3 hype train right now.
Oh, man.
With a minute and 50 left.
Ooh, so minute 50. Mamacita.
I know.
We also have a lot of other stuff. We've got shirts. I told Matt they could buy one of these. This is the LTN Con shirt from 2 years ago.
Your beard's
I don't think you're going to be able to.
Tuck your beard under.
Hey, my beard just does what it does.
Mine's your own back. Look at this.
It really is, and I love that the skunk stripe is still there. Like, it feels more prominent.
I feel like every time I like cut or trim or whatever, it just keeps coming back bigger and badder than ever.
Ooh,
bad like a Michael Jackson.
Bad on fast and strong. Yeah.
What? Go ahead. Try that one again.
That song from Fast and Strong.
No, okay. Yeah.
I don't know the words.
I'm not gonna harder, faster, stronger.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
We just got flagged. Thanks a lot, Matt.
Yeah, it was too dang close. Actually, the composer was watching. Longtime listener, first time DRM striker. So, go buy some of our stuff. You buy the stuff, it allows us to make more stuff for you. And I've got some ideas on things that I want to make. We've got the playmats, we've got shirts, we've got the coolies, the face coverings, headbands, the survivor buffs. We've got stickers like that. We've got holographic, hologram,
holochrome,
holodeck stickers. We've got magnets. We've got lanyards. Guys, we're not in convention mode really anymore. So come on with it.
I'm just laughing at some comments here. Yeah.
Daft Punk? Yeah, absolutely.
I thought you said DMX. Said DMX this, but yeah.
DMX strike. Yeah, absolutely. DCMA. Got it. There we are.
Yeah.
It's super early for me. The sun's barely even all the way in the sky. And so you know how we do. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with us. I'm glad you guys like this because Matt and I this is basically what we do all the time. Anytime we're talking, we're just hanging out. We have to tell each other all the time, stop talking, stop talking, stop talking.
You gotta focus.
We got to save some stuff for whatever show it is that we're doing, whether it's like
both
free play or whatever.
That's your thing. This whole thing.
Oh man. Hey, speaking of that, we got a lot of stuff. We got a couple minutes for the next segment. We've got all of our stuff is starting back in February. So if you like our podcast, if you are interested in free play or pull list or Humans of Gaming or book club or I was going to say 2 words. I think 2 words actually starts back this week. But most everything that we're doing is starting back in February. And then we're also going to be taking a break over the summer. So we'll have a completely different lineup of things for June and July. And then we'll come back in the fall with all that stuff. And then we will take a break for December, January. And that's going to kind of be the rotation that we get on.
That's good to know.
Yeah. It was on a need-to-know basis, and you just happened to be here when I was telling everybody else.
I needed to know it this time.
Hey, also another bit of news that is relevant to Matt and myself is that we have basically swapped responsibilities
that's right.
at LTN.
I forgot about that.
Matt, you're now...
I'm community bro.
You now work for Tyranny.
Yeah, I know. She's the manager now. Yeah. We during our planning for this year, we just kind of came to the realization, and a little bit afterwards, that it makes sense. Like, community is always, I say this, like, community's been both of our hearts, but community's always been my heart. And like, I'm there a lot. I'm involved. Like, I love you all. And Bubba really wants to do more with the outreach stuff. So it just like, not that I'm not going to be involved in outreach and not that he's not going to be involved in community, but we're both going to kind of shift our focuses to be able to just make him better. And not that he or I weren't doing a good job, but yeah, I'm excited. What do you have to add?
No, it's just that, like, that's it. We just wanted to let you guys know, and we'll be doing a post in the community and all sorts of stuff. Like from like a personal standpoint, I have said for years, we've been doing Love Thy Nerd going on 3 years now. It'll be 3 years in March. Isn't that crazy? It's like, think about that and
March
say that out loud.
February.
So
Okay,
like the
March.
community started
Yeah,
and all that. Yeah, it's,
okay.
the
All right, never
time frame's a little rough. But for me, I've said for a long time, in a perfect world, that Matt, your and my roles would be switched. That you would do community and I would do the outreach stuff. Again, not because either one of us are doing it bad, but you know, like that's my bend is more towards helping people develop like spiritually, and like reaching out and getting people involved and building connections and doing like all the stuff that we combined into one word, which is outreach. Like that kind of is more of my bend. And so what we started to see was that, Matt, you were getting way more involved in the community than I was.
Yeah.
And I was spending more time doing, you know, building connections and stuff like that at conventions. And so we just kind of put two and two together and was like, you know, what if? We kind of did a little Marvel what if there. And here we are.
It happened. We what ifed it.
Yeah. And so we don't longer have like chief community nerd and chief outreach nerd. We now have kind of restructured everything to be like chief nerd in charge of. So think of it like VP and all that stuff. That's just a weird peek
I'll
behind
be
the curtain,
overseeing. I'll be overseeing the communities. So Discord, Facebook, kind of all that. Like Tierney's still community manager. I'm just kind of like her go-to
liaison.
leader in LTN. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's a fun word, right?
Liaison.
Oh, you're confused? Well, just think about.
I think we cleared it up. I hope we cleared it up. I don't know.
Matt's me and I'm Matt, and in Discord, my name is probably also Matt. So, yeah.
Oh,
I think that's good.
Don't do it. My brain hurts.
Matt is assistant to the community manager. Absolutely.
There it is. That's perfect.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, let's move on. Keep the show moving. We're trying to keep these things to an hour. Matt and I could just sit here and just chatty chat. Yes, Matt is absolutely an intern. He got a promotion. Hey, Board Game Closet, thank you so much for that follow. I know who that is. I know who that is.
Is it me?
No, it's Jimmy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is it you? I don't think so.
No, it's not me.
You have a closet that has board games in it.
I was pouring coffee.
Oh, from where?
Well, because I knew this mug was going to make my coffee go cold, and it wouldn't be enough. I also put some coffee into this here insulated tumbler.
Not a sponsor. Look at that.
Well, it's
no, that one. Yeah, that one is.
Adventure Ridge. So I just needed more. So you're welcome.
Well, congratulations. Hey, speaking of more, the world needs more Lego games. It really does.
It really does.
And so,
go ahead.
You brought it up. Why don't you start talking about it?
I was gonna say that I have been getting back into Legos the past, we'll say more strongly the past couple months.
Years,
I've always loved them, and I always loved like building them with kids, like my kids, and I guess any kids really.
Don't make it weird.
More recently, I have like been enjoying building my own set. So I built the Razor Crest here on Twitch a few weeks ago. I've been like scouring Etsy, because Etsy makes a lot of custom Lego figures and they sell them for cheap. So they don't make a Bo-Katan Lego figure. Let me see if I can like get that in focus here. So isn't that awesome?
They don't make that?
So they don't really make this. No. So someone custom made this on Etsy. I bought it for $4. So someone like hand painted this. Yeah. Like you need it for the sets. Like it completes, you know.
What are you going to not have it?
You're not going to. Yeah, exactly. So like going through and like just been really enjoying like building these scenes and like hanging out with my kids, and like just my kids have recently like we have a bunch of like this whole giant box of like Lego figures that are like disassembled, and you can see like Spider-Man there, like just a ton. So I got this Bo-Katan in, and they're like, hey, can we paint some? And I was like, yeah, I mean, maybe not the good ones, but like, yeah, go ahead. So like, what about these ones? Like the paint's chipped off. And I was like, yeah, go ahead. So they went out and they primed them, and now Avon is making one of the guys from the Bad Batch from Clone Wars. Like he's like working on like painting the chest on it, and like it's super cool. But I said to you just yesterday, day before yesterday, like what video game would you want to be Legofied, like made into a Lego video game? And I think you struggled with an answer here, if I'm not mistaken.
I did. I really only came up with one that I thought I would want to play. So backstory, right? Lego games are dope. If you have not played a Lego game,
there's some bad ones, but there's some really good ones.
There are some stinkers for sure. And I don't even know. Like I haven't played all of them, but I know that the ones that I have played were pretty dang good.
Yep.
They're hilarious. They are not just kids games.
No, they're supposed to be funny. Yeah.
But they're not adult games like Shrek is adult and also kids because it's a cartoon, kind of a weird.
Somebody
flagged us and then they took our money.
There it is.
So, I mean, yes, we see, and we're going to go over some of those that you guys are putting in the chat. And if you are watching this later on YouTube, then you need to be watching this live on twitch.tv/lovethynerd. Yep. Each and every-ish, probably, Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern time.
Yep. So,
here's the deal. One of the first games that Anna and I ever beat together, Anna and my wife, we beat, I can't remember which one it was, but it was on the Nintendo Wii, and it was a Star Wars Lego game. I don't remember which one it was.
Oh, it was probably
it might have been the Star Wars Lego game.
Oh, that's probably what it was.
I don't know.
Back then. Mm-hmm.
Before they had like trilogy packs and all sorts of stuff.
There's still many now.
Man, we loved that game. It was so dang fun. And there was like if you're a completionist, there's tons of collectibles and all sorts of stuff.
Almost too many.
Almost exactly too many. Like that's if I had to put an amount on it.
Yep.
So they're hilarious. I think some of them have dialogue now, but when they first came out, they had zero dialogue.
No, zero dialogue.
None. It was just like
you had reactions. You had reactions. Sometimes there'd be like a little bubble with like a garbled like I'm swearing probably, but you can't see it.
I'm not fluent in Lego. I haven't started that course on Duolingo, but I think I probably should.
Yeah, it's on there. Yeah.
But they're hilarious. Like I find myself like laughing out loud, like deep belly laughs playing these games. And so when it comes to what should be a Lego property, I don't want to just throw anything out. Like, what would fit the motif? What would be funny in that kind of a scenario? Sorry, I got just this gnat. You
Always
see it?
Always.
Did I get it?
No, you got one.
I missed it.
There's all of them. Come on.
Golly, I hit myself right in the face though. That sucked. So,
Matt and Bubba Lego game. I'm in.
I would play that. I would definitely sell it. That's for sure. The one that I thought would work, and I don't want to eat up all the time. The one that I thought would work would be a WWE Lego game. Like I feel like that ecosystem is.
I hadn't thought of that.
Perfect. I mean, just perfect for that, because if you try and watch it in real time, the storylines are so stupid they might as well be a Lego game already. Yeah. I would like it as a Lego game. It's frustrating to watch in that kind of context. Now, I will say WWE, not anything else.
What about
the WWE game?
What about a WCW versus NWO Revenge Lego? Lego Revenge.
Basically, still a WWE game. Yes, I would.
Just tell me.
Just to nerd out for a little bit. This is not the wrestling podcast. If you want that, go listen to 2 Words. It's fantastic. Got a new episode coming out this week. AEW? No, I don't want an AEW Lego game. Impact? No. New Japan Wrestling? No. Ring of Honor? No. WWE? WCW? Yes. I would rather a WWE over a WCW, but they are the same.
It's just
too sweet. they are the same company now. So, lack of a better term. But anyway, that's my thought. Yeah.
My first, that's a good thought. I actually had not thought about a wrestling game. I've been thinking about this for a while. I think my obvious answer is Red Dead.
I was thinking that, and I didn't say it because I knew.
I think like just it would be so fun. It would be so fun. Just being able, like, I don't know, like the open worldness of it would work. Creating wagons,
skinning deer.
Shooting. You wouldn't. I bet you when you skinned him, you'd probably pull off like a 2x4 flat piece. Like
yeah, absolutely. Just and then like, it would go poof, and then it would just be like one of the little Lego like meat sticks, like right there on the.
It'd be so easy. Yeah,
the drumstick. Okay. Would it make sense?
I think that it would work, and it would be fun. I think that there is a YouTube video of someone who made a Lego Red Dead out there.
Serious?
Yeah. So if you want to check that out, you should. I think
I would definitely be here for that.
It backs up my thought on why it'd be good. My other thought would be like a Breath of the Wild Zelda type game, like because you're already kind of like crafting, at least like you're cooking, so it kind of takes kind of that same like crafting element and kind of crafting the Legos. I just think it would be good.
I think this is for me, it's a fundamental difference, right? Between like what I want to play with Lego, whether in virtual form or otherwise, because if you make the game, you will have physical Lego sets that you can then buy. Okay. They just run hand in hand.
Right.
That's part of the cross branding and marketing and all that stuff. But I worry about the humor. So for me, that's what makes the Lego game is the humor of it.
Right.
And with almost nothing there for Breath of the Wild to draw off of, like humor wise,
I think you may have to bring in like a side character with Link, like a Navi, have like a little glowing one block floating around.
Let's bring in Jar Jar.
I think there's enough funny NPCs already in Zelda games who just like are ridiculous that it could work out where you're kind of like focused on your task, but then funny hilarity is happening around you.
Maybe it like focuses us around like the what are they, the bokoblins, because those guys are pretty dumpy.
Right, they're
as it is.
I think that could work too.
Okay.
See, it's
Lego,
working.
if you're listening, and we know you are.
Mr. Lego, Ms. Lego, make it happen.
Yeah. Let's do some quick community hits right here. Matt, you said that you posted in the community, and this is me vamping and ramping while you pull it up. I saw some in here. We got Destiny was one of them. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Oh gosh. See, why did you you got to give me a little bit more heads up than that.
You had several days.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you didn't tell me to hold the post. Hold up. Tony Hawk was one I was like, you know what? That could really work because you could then create your own part.
Yes.
And you hit and you'd explode.
Why is that not a thing?
Ask Mr. Hawk. I don't know.
I want to play that game so bad right now.
Lego Star Trek could be good as well. Like if we're already doing Star Wars, why not do Star Trek? I think that's just an easy in. I see Skyrim here from MDB.
Okay.
Lego Skyrim. It could be again could be silly. Like there's enough
oh yeah, I think there's NPCs. Plenty of that one. Yeah.
So, yep. The Watchmen. I don't know. It could be a darker one, but I guess they could take the darkness of it and make it silly, kind of like they do with some of the Star Wars stuff. Like there's some darker themes in Star Wars, but that's a lot of them there. Shadow of the Colossus, Beast Wars, Portal.
I saw Lee Davis just post in the chat, and we need to address this. He said Lego Halo. Unfortunately, I don't think that one is in the stars because I think Halo actually has a contract with Mega Bricks or something like that. Just go to Target, and it's there, and it's confusing, but it's there.
Yeah. Well, you didn't say Destiny.
I didn't say Destiny because again, there's a certain motif that I'm looking for when it comes to a Lego game. And I don't just want to play Destiny. Destiny's a first-person shooter, and so they would have to do some sort of first-person Lego game, which I don't even know that I want to play, for being real.
No, because you're doing raids with people. That's not. I mean, it's first person, but you're doing it
first person.
People. I think it'd be.
That's
it could probably bring it.
First person doesn't mean one person.
I know. I more went to like they could bring it down into third person view, and I think that would be fine.
It would change a lot of it. It would turn it probably into like a twin stick shooter, and I'm just not.
All the options for your armor.
I would play it.
Well, right, make it happen.
Get off my back about it.
Sorry. We didn't talk about this, but there's a Lego rock band. We found this out when we were doing some research. I think maybe I totally forgot that. Like, I guess why?
Yeah. Shocker. There's not been another one.
That we.
So
are there DLC for it?
Oh God, I hope maybe I don't know. I hope not. But let us know. Keep the conversation going. Hit us up on Twitter or Facebook or right here in the chat or wherever at Love Thy Nerd. We want to know like what game do you think should be a Lego game? And let's go ahead and use the hashtag. What did know?
Lego Rockstar got 4.1 out of 5 stars. 91% like this game.
No. What? 2 votes?
No, all of them.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never played it. I can't tell you. We're getting some people in the chat saying that it was good.
Okay. See?
Hey, I'm glad you liked it. I don't know. I love Rock Band. I don't know that I necessarily want to play like a Lego Rock Band. Is it the same songs? Is every song everything is awesome? Like I got a lot of questions.
2009. You got Vampire Weekend, Counting Crows, Foo Fighters, Blink-182, like Pink.
But why Lego? That's why I just don't understand.
I'll do some research. We'll circle back.
Money. Money.
Oh, it's just money.
The answer's money. Duh. Well, hit us up on socials, and let's go ahead and use the hashtag MBITM, Matt and Bubba in the morning. That's what I've been kind of labeling everything.
I'm glad it wasn't BM.
It would have just been BM in the morning. Yeah.
BM in the morning. Oh, that actually might trend. Yeah, I do gotta do that one.
Oh man. Well, hey, let's get the show moving a little bit faster here. We got about 20-ish minutes left, and we got a couple things we want to keep talking. So I don't know that we'll do this every episode, honestly. It kind of sounds a little exhausting, and this is not really when Matt and I are together. This is not really our bend. But I kind of wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about the elephant in the room, which is the year 2020, and it's Skin Tag, which is the first month of 2021.
Oh, don't you dare say
so. Hey, man, we're here. This is happening. We are not going to get political because I just don't think that we need to. I stayed up very late last night, Matt, watching on live on YouTube TV. The whole Senate thing and all that mess, and they were just going, and going.
They didn't stop until like almost 4 a.m. I was like, these people are old. These people are old. I can't even do that.
They didn't yawn nearly as much as I yawned. I'll tell you that.
Even when they were done, they were like, "And we're done." And they're like, "This guy's wide awake. What's going on here?"
Oh man. So anyway, if you're here in the States, and if not, this affects the world at large, just with the place and the prominence that the U.S. has in the world. A lot of stuff that's not okay went down yesterday. A lot of stuff. And I really don't care what side of the line you fall on. Just Love Thy Nerd is a Christian organization. The organization is not a Christian. So when LTN dies, it's not going to heaven. But the people that make up the organization have a Christian worldview, who identify as Christians. We serve Jesus Christ. And there were people marching around at the Capitol yesterday holding up signs basically identifying with the same thing that we identify with. And if you are not a Christian, I want to tell you right now, that's not us. It's just not. We've said a lot here at LTN that we believe that the church, the Christian church, is widely known for the things that divide us rather than the things that unite us. And it's stuff like that that speaks to that point. And so hear us say from the bottom of our hearts that we love you. Democrat, Republican, Independent, whatever, I really don't care. We love you because we believe that Jesus loves you too. And we say specifically that Jesus loves you, nerd, and because that's our mission field is nerds. We are nerd culture missionaries. And so hear us just be true and be real with you that we love you. And if that sways you in any way, what happened at the Capitol yesterday, I apologize for that. It's not my place to apologize for that because I had nothing to do with it, but just on behalf of Christianity and people that serve Jesus, I am sorry because that is not us. So, all that being said, 2020, right? It was just a bad year, basically, through and through.
Yeah.
I'm sure each of us can look at 2020 and say, hey, this was a good thing that happened in 2020. But on the whole, it was kind of a skid mark on the calendar. And you're welcome for that visual, by the way. So moving into 2021, and like I said, the first 5 days of 2021 have not been the best, but it's given like context. It's still basically 2020.
Yeah.
When the calendar moved over from 2020 to 2021, things didn't magically change. The coronavirus didn't magically go away. The election didn't magically get fixed. Like there are still things, there's residuals that need to be fixed. And Anna and I have been talking about it because she's around me all the time, so she gets to hear me rant. And I've talked with a lot of other people too, is that like in 2020, I was trying my hardest to find the optimism. And it was very hard. You guys were there. Everybody experienced some way harder than I did. So for me, it was very hard for us to find the good in 2020. Just trying, like, again, as a Christian, just being like, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Sometimes that's all, that verse is all that I had to lean on to say, it's not a suggestion. That's like a biblical mandate. I will rejoice and be glad in it, kind of a deal. And so for me, trying to pull that optimism into 2021 is what is on my calendar. I'm not making resolutions. Like, I think that's everybody's resolution for 2021 is to not make any resolutions, right? Yeah. Matt, do you have any resolutions? Yeah, me neither. And so,
not like this is a thing I wanted. I don't know. Like, I want to be a better person. Yeah, like I want to grow.
Well, let's not reach too high here. It's attainable goals. So here's one thing that I'm doing, and hopefully this can kind of help you guys move forward. And I'd love to hear your comments. For me, we got into a pretty interesting discussion in our Facebook community about the movie Soul. And again, not here to talk and drag that out and around. This could just as easily have been a conversation about Wonder Woman 84 or about any Star Wars movie or
a movie you don't like that other people
anything that has some sort of polarizing opinion. Here's what I'm doing in 2021. If I don't like something, I'm just going to say, hey, it's not for me. Mm-hmm. You like it? That's great. I'm going to try my hardest, and I want everybody here to try and keep me accountable to it. I'm going to try my hardest not to go into conversations and say things like, that is trash, or this is the absolute best thing that has ever existed. Because when you use superlatives like that in conversation, it's not a conversation. Your subjective opinion becomes objective fact in your mind, and then you feel like you have to defend it. So obviously there are things that we need to stand up against, injustice, and stuff like that. Like we talked about at the beginning of this segment with what happened at the Capitol. It's just flat wrong. Somebody did not need to lose their life over what people were mad about at the Capitol. So that's what I'm going to do. Hey, whatever. Jar Jar Binks, he's just not for me. He's just not for me.
And I think like the opposite of that, if someone does love something, like let them have joy.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Let them enjoy Jar Jar. Let them enjoy Wonder Woman. Like, they don't need your negativity bringing them down. It's okay if you don't like it. It's okay if they like it. Like, that's fine. There are plenty of things in nerd culture I just don't like, and that's okay. You know what? I don't love Destiny 2. It's a fine game, but I don't love it as much as other people love it. But you know what? I'm not going to be the one to be like, it's trash. It's garbage. Why do you like that? Like, you're stupid. Like, there's just no point in that. Like, let people enjoy what they enjoy, and you can enjoy what they enjoy, and try to find the things you can enjoy together. Yeah.
I mean, we have that common ground as nerds. We give you that space in the community. And so this is kind of like a PSA also, that like, hey, that community, Facebook, that's what it's there for. So if you want to post something, former community guy, current community guy, if you want to post something in the community, maybe don't post what's the worst XYZ, because that already is going to take things into kind of a negative spin. It is a conversation starter, but is that really the conversation you want to have? I don't know. Just think about it. It's something to think about. It's not a mandate, but I just wanted to, with 2020 in mind, and then 2021 coming up and how it's already done. It just, if you hear me disagree with something, I'm not going to try and bash you. I'm terrible at this, by the way, but I'm just going to try and say, hey, that's not for me. And I would encourage you guys to adopt that. If you want it, it's for you. Like I said, we're probably not going to do like these dives every single week, because they're exhausting.
Who knows, though? We might.
I don't know. You guys tell me. We'll figure it out. I just work here. All right, later. Morning. See ya, board game closet, Mr. Jimmy. Hey, okay, so this is. Let's move it on. Well, I'm done with all that.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Love you all.
Yeah, and we do. We really do. So if we offended you, I'm so sorry. And we encourage you to send us a message and let us know, because we do want to continue a relationship. Speaking of continuing relationships that you used to have with your money, we want to do this probably will be an ongoing segment here to close out our show. We want to do this thing that I wrote a name down for it. How is Kickstarter trying to take your money this week? Okay, so what Matt and I are going to pick one thing that if you looked into our browser history, you would see a lot of it popping up, because we're just fooling ourselves, or it's a tab that's always open just in case we want to click it to see what that feels like. Yeah. So it's open. Let's go ahead, and Matt, yours is a thing called the Gamer Chest or Gamer Chest.
Yep, the all-in-one tabletop game organizer. Are you going to play something right now?
Yeah, well, they can see it on the screen. So I've got the...
Oh, I can't see jack squat.
Yeah, well, you just pull it up on the Switch. Yeah.
So I was gifted some Wormwood organizers last year sometime, and here they are. I legit use them every day. And I say, like, I don't play games every day like I want to, but on one side of them, you'll have the like little divot to keep your stuff when you're playing a game. The other side's a coaster. So I'm legit using these every day as a coaster right here at my desk. But these things are expensive. They are money for this many. Like, I think I have two more here.
A lot of money.
They're exactly like so much money. So when I saw this one pop up, and you're getting 12 tiles, 2 bank tiles, a dice tray, coasters, like it says it's 1,000 pieces, which I think
it could be 1,000 pieces.
It could be 1,000 pieces.
It could be 1,000 pieces.
$140.
So you have the opportunity here to choose. So like 1 tower equals 21 simple tiles, or 10 bank tiles and 1 simple tile. And that's kind of a generic breakdown. You can you can do it however you want to, so long as they all fit. And then it kind of gives you this breakdown of what all will go there.
It's ridiculous, and the price for it for the amount you get.
Yeah, $130.
Yeah,
right now, $130 is going to net you 12 simple tiles of any design, 2 bank tiles of any design, 1 dice box, which is also one of the tiles as well, 4 coasters, or any other possibility configuration components of your choice. And then you want an engraving on it, $20.
Yeah, I'm actually really trying my hardest not to read too much into it because I'm trying not to spend any money. But it's just like, they're so useful. These tiles are so useful. And then like to be able to turn it into a dice tower, like, it's just stupid good. It still has a few days left on it. I have it saved.
Yeah, we got 15 days.
Trying not to look at it too much, but
here's the question, Matthew. Do you need it? You already have the wormwood.
Here's my thing. I wish that I had about 3 more of these.
That's fair.
Or all of those, because they match. I think that these ones have the magnetic as well, and these ones, they all magnetize to each other as well.
Yeah,
so
that's what these do that.
Yeah. I probably don't. I probably just need just to buy a few more from Wormwood, just so they all match. I've actually looked into making my own. Like I've looked into make my own
CNC machine.
I've looked into some different ways. Like you can use a knife to kind of like carve out the bowl. I know it looks like it'd just be like you'd have to get used to how to do it. So as soon as you get the idea and then sanding it out, there's just a few ways. I also can get like where you can kind of like you cut it like at different spots and then you just kind of like chisel it out. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably just get Wormwood just to like get a couple more. It's just there's too often that I'm like, man, I wish I had two more, because what I usually end up doing is like just kind of limiting the amount that I put out so they all fit into the trays.
Yeah, so. I feel like you could probably, and I don't want to oversimplify woodwork because I don't do it, but I do know that they make special like router bits that will they'll cut a certain way, and then they make like they do make guards. So like if you wanted, these ones have like, you can either do a circle inlay or a hexagonal inlay. And if you wanted to do that, you could probably, the hexagonal will probably be easier because those usually hug the rim.
Right.
Which I like the hexagon a lot better than I do the circle. I feel like the circle just kind of, I've heard it both ways. But anyway, I mean, this is fantastic. Somebody was saying in the chat that Wormwood's going to shut them down. I don't know, man. Maybe not.
Coke didn't shut down Pepsi.
Didn't they just buy them?
No.
No?
What?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I kind of have a feeling that Pepsi and Coke are the same.
Years.
Yeah, anyway.
No way.
But yeah, go ahead and check this out. Matt, you can go and post the link to this in the Twitch if you want to.
Yeah, that I will.
This is dope. I have also been looking at this. And so like if you guys want to get Matt and I a Christmas gift and you just haven't yet,
12 months away.
Any of these things you see on Thursday, we would gladly accept.
I have to stop looking at it.
I'll send my address to a stranger. I don't care. So the one that I picked was this thing called Genki Shadowcast, and I actually did back this. I did back it. This thing is freaking dope. Like I don't know why this hasn't existed before.
Spider-Man.
Sorry?
Genki just makes me think of Spider-Man Miles Morales, because that's Miles' friend in the game.
Oh, I haven't played the game.
Genki
Biloba. That's what I got there. So basically what this thing is it has an HDMI output there, and then it has a USB on the other end of USB-C on the other end of it. So what it does is it takes any HDMI device that will output to HDMI, and it turns it into a webcam for your computer. So the idea behind the Shadowcast, you see here in this picture, you've got a switch, and then you've got your laptop. This actually should have been flipped backwards because that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But they have a dedicated app for Mac right now and coming out for Windows probably when it releases that will reduce latency for input lag and all sorts of stuff. And it'll also let you capture the video and the audio as if it were like OBS or something like that. And so it'll work. They showed it working on a Switch, obviously, also a PS5, and it'll work with an Xbox Series X, like anything. I cannot tell you how useful this is for a streamer. Like I can't overemphasize this enough, because Matt, how many times have we been like, well, I got it, I need an HDMI input, or we got to get the Elgato, or we got to do this or whatever. Yep. I paid $43 for this device, and it'll do 1080 60 on anything that'll push it.
So I should probably get one.
Yes, you should. I was going to play this video. I set everything up to play the video. I just remembered how terrible this video actually is.
It's bad. I couldn't watch it.
It's really bad. But
yeah, I had to turn it off and read about it.
The product is great. And I have... Hold, please.
Just singing while he goes and grabs something in the other side of the room. That's actually his garage, and it gets hot in the summer.
Oh man, can't wait to hear that one on Spotify later. So I have this. Let me show you this thing. I've got this. This is another product from Genki, and it just plugs in. It's a wall socket, but on the other side of it, it's got HDMI, it's got USB, and then it's got USB-C. So it's got USB A and C, and what this does is this is actually called, I think it's called the portable dock or something like that. This whole thing is it's a stinking Nintendo Switch dock. So you don't have to chunk it in. You just plug the USB-C in there, A in there, and HDMI, and it works. So when I saw Genki come up with this, you better believe your boy clicked that button real fast. Didn't even check if we had the funds, just clicked it. So
Erin just said I can't buy anything, so she says,
"Oh well," and then you just say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't speak English," and then she's like, "Well, but how are we having this conversation?" And then you say, "Well, I only memorize these words, and I can't end the words following to tell you that I've only memorized, and I've reached the end of the English that I know." And then you close the conversation.
Goodbye.
Yeah, it's
thanks for those bits for my songs. See, you sing songs, you get bits. Sing really good songs.
Send some more bits so that Matt can get one of these. But anyway, like this thing is, it's not just for consoles. Anything that puts out HDMI. So if you have a camera that puts out a clean HDMI feed, you could use this device to get it in as a webcam, because the problem is that a lot of these stinking cameras don't have great webcam support. Matt and I know this all too well because we deal with it on a daily basis when we're trying to use these things. But yeah, you can think of the possibilities. It's not wireless. It is wired, but still, it's pretty dope. So I'll put the link to this thing. Whoops, clicked the wrong button. I'll put the link to this thing in the Twitch, and you guys can go check it out at your leisure. But those are going to be the two things from us that are trying to take our money from Kickstarter, trying to steal food out of our children's mouths. Oh my gosh. So, hey, let us know what you guys are looking at on Kickstarter. We'll take a look at some stuff. I know there are some things coming out on Kickstarter, and my body is like, it's not. Look, I don't know if it's ready, but it's like, you know, like when like a cicada or a snake is trying to like shed that skin, like it's just uncomfortable. I got to get out of it, you know, kind of a deal. That's how I feel right now. That's how I feel. Oh, hey, we got a dab.
Oh, chew.
Coronavirus. So let us know. Hit us up on all the socials, like we said, and at Love Thy Nerd, all that good stuff. Hey, let's close the show out. I think we're almost there. We're running a little bit over, but we started a little bit late. So
pretty much there.
Speaking of taking food out of our children's mouth.
Yeah.
I want to preface this by saying I'm a great dad, and I don't care what anybody says. I'll fight you on that. Sometimes, as a dad, hypothetically speaking, your children ask you at 5 o'clock if we can go to a restaurant when you pick them up from their friends. No, this is all hypothetically speaking.
You're right.
If you don't know what hypothetical means, use the Google machine. Sometimes at 5 o'clock, they ask you if you can go to a restaurant. Sometimes you tell them, no, that's crazy. It's insane. We're not just going to go to a restaurant because you want to go to a restaurant.
John,
sometimes in that same day, it's about 9:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And the same children come to you and ask you when mommy is coming home because they would like to eat. And then sometimes you load them up in a car at 10 o'clock and take them to McDonald's.
Just sometimes you do.
Yeah. Mac and Don's Steakhouse, or the Don's, or whatever you want to call it. Whack Arnold's around my house.
What'd you get?
What do you mean? What kind of crazy question is that? It's number 3, which is a double quarter pounder with cheese, no onions, extra pickles. Medium, because, it's 2021. It's still early.
You don't get crazy. Yeah.
I'm trying to watch my weight,
Yeah, I get that.
But they ate, and they were great. They became like slap happy. It was late. They had eaten basically for most of the day. And so they just got like the giggles like crazy. We couldn't shut them up.
My kids would have murdered me.
Well, here's what I didn't tell you is I told them that they could just have like TV time. They could have screen time when we got home. And so they played Castle Crashers and they played Halo.
There it is.
And when you're playing a video game, everybody knows this. You don't need to eat. Your body absorbs the radiation coming out of the television, and it sustains you.
I didn't know this.
Yeah. Also, like Cheetos. We'll do that too. Yeah.
It's the same thing. That's the radiation.
It's 6 of one, half a dozen of another.
Yep, it really is.
I fed them. It's fine.
They lived.
Don't judge me. Get out of here.
Hey, we did it.
Yeah, we did. Hey, we hope you guys really enjoyed this.
Yeah, well, thanks for the bits, everybody. I did. Yeah, I'm ready to do it again. Well, not right now. I have to pee, but like later.
Yeah, we'll do it later. Well, how about same time next week? Okay, or maybe earlier, a little more on time-ish. And like I said, we're going to keep these things at an hour. So do us a favor. Head on over to the community. Matt would absolutely love that if you would go to the community and be nice there. Hang out. ! Discord. ! LTN! LTN stuff. We got a lot of commands that are just going to be spammed in the chat. Come hang out with us. It's a lot of this. Discord's awesome. You guys should just go to hang out in the Discord for sure. If Discord's not your jam, you can go to Facebook. If Facebook's not your jam, I still think we should start a Parler account.
ICQ.
I really, really, really think we should do Parler.
Let's do ICQ.
Oh, okay. I saw somewhere. What did I see the other day? I can't remember. I was like searching for a lot of stuff, and it was something to the effect. And this is like a new website, TeamSpeak certified. And I was like, what year am I right now? TeamSpeak?
Is this still a thing?
I haven't used TeamSpeak since like 2010. I think might have been the last time I used TeamSpeak.
Well, MySpace is still around, so I guess it's what's old is new.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah.
So like everybody's with me. Please start the Parler. We'll pray about it and we'll get back to you. Well, hey, we're gonna get out of here. We got work to do. Some of us have to work around here. I might have, after all of these hoodie announcements, I might have some hoodies to ship out today. I hope I do. I will just tell you guys have until noon Central Time, so that would be 1 o'clock Eastern Time, to get and I'll send them out today. But Matt, what do you think, man?
I think I think we did it.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Catch us back right here on twitch.tv/lovethynerd next week at 10 a.m. Eastern Time next Thursday. And if nobody else tells you this, just remember it's true. Jesus loves you, nerd. Bye.
Peace.